Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where I'm gonna be honest, it's the start of a new recording session, and I'm not okay with what happened with this. I'm going to head back to the Space Center and just stop tracking it, write it off, and we're gonna do this properly. I don't like cheating it into orbit like that. It feels wrong somehow. So I'm gonna fix this. We are going to stop tracking this, terminate that, and now we're going to try this again, and we're just going to make the fairing a little bit bigger, and I think that's the problem. So let's go ahead and do that. So we should open up the Crasher 9000. It's only a 50k hit, so that's not too bad. So let's go ahead and make this fairing a little bit bigger. So let's delete the fairing, and let's build a new one. So we're just going to go as big as we can, as quick as we can. Then we're going to go up and in, like that. And that's already running a lot better. I'm pretty sure that was the problem. Now this fairing is going to be heavier, but that's okay. We had plenty of thrust to weight, and we still do. So I'm going to save this. And I just made it as big as possible because I want to verify that that's the issue that we were having. I'm like 95% sure that it is. But we could make it a little bit lighter if we were to reduce the size of it down to exactly what we need. But given the fact that we have to test it in space, because it worked fine on the landing pad, or on the launch pad, right? So, given the fact that we have to test it in space, I'm just making it as big as we possibly can. So, this looks even dumber now. Excellent. And off we go. That is still too much thrust to weight. I'm going to keep this throttle down to about 2/3 thrust here. Is this too little thrust to weight? I think this is okay. Yeah, I think this is completely fine. We're already approaching 300 meters per second at 5 kilometers. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so our apoapsis is at about 15 kilometers. We're doing pretty well as far as the atmosphere goes. We're through the thickest portion, and I'm going to start the gravity turn right about... kind of already starting a little bit naturally, but I'm going to start it right about now. Our apoapsis is already basically in space, and it is in space now, so I'm just going to go ahead and go fully over and get as much horizontal speed as we possibly can. Okay, we're just going to sit over here until we run out of fuel or reach 100 kilometers, whichever comes first. It's going to be running out of fuel. That's going to be what comes first. Okay, we are just going to sit here for now. The fairing got messed up in the staging, but I'm going to manually deploy that right about now. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Gorgeous. Okay, and off we go. We're pushing for an apoapsis of 100 kilometers right now, but I'm not going to burn any more of this fuel, actually, until we're fully in space for full efficiency. As I burn it slightly early. Okay, there we go. So we're going to keep burning here until apoapsis of 100 kilometers. We do need more horizontal speed after all. Actually, time to apoapsis is decreasing, so we need to just keep burning currently. So let's get this thing up to orbital speed. And I'm feeling much better about this now. Like, realistically, way, way better. We're approaching 90 kilometers now. We've still got another roughly 600 meters per second of acceleration to go here, which is a little unfortunate, but we've got plenty in the tanks. What is this decoupler? Hang on. This decoupler... Oh, right. That's, that is designed to be like that. It's certainly going to be awkward, and I'm going to quick save before we detach that. Okay. About 400 more meters per second. Time to apoapsis has frozen. That's... Or not quite frozen, actually. It's still decreasing, but it will freeze very soon. Now it'll start going up to 54 seconds next, I think. Yep, there it goes. 54, 55. Okay, I'm just going to cut throttle for now. We may as well just set prograde. And I'm going to burn again at T-minus 30 seconds and see how that feels. I could have just done a maneuver, but sometimes I just like doing it the old-fashioned way. Okay, it's increasing. We'll try again at 25 seconds. Increasing. We'll try again at 15. Okay, so far so good. Periapsis is coming up. We'll try again at T-minus 5. That was 10. What am I doing? Okay. So right now, we are now officially in orbit. I'm going to burn a little bit more at T-minus 0. Okay. Circularized the orbit nicely. That feels much better. I was not okay with cheating that thing into orbit. Okay, so we need to set our target as being the moon. How's our inclination? 0.4 degrees should be fine. What if we were to burn prograde right here? Do we get an encounter? We do. Is it a good encounter? It's fine. I'll tweak it a bit. Probably actually want to do this at a slightly different time. Kind of like that. It would be retrograde, but that's fine. We don't actually care. Yeah, that should be just fine. We'll sit on the maneuver node. And then we can go ahead and warp to that node. So this is going to use up everything in this tank. I'm going to go ahead and quick save now before this burn, because detaching this might cause some issues. I'm hopeful that it won't, but we'll find out. Okay, I'm just going to warp forward a little bit here. Burn time of 1 minute 18 seconds, so we want to burn this at roughly T-minus 39 seconds. So here in about 10 seconds. Okay, off we go. And then it shouldn't require much delta V at all to do the maneuvering that we need. After all, we're just trying to crash as many things as possible. Okay, so I'm going to quick save once more when this tank runs out of fuel, because I don't know what's going to happen when we detach. And this is also going to have really high thrust to weight. So I'm going to throttle down as well. So we're going to be out of fuel momentarily. 150 more meters per second. Make that 100. Make that 50. We're out. Quick save. Throttle down to 1/3 thrust. Detach. Wonderful. Thrust to weight wasn't as high as I was thinking, but it got the job done. So, at the periapsis here, we're going to go ahead and do a retrograde burn. We're going to want to bring that down to somewhere around 100 kilometers. Actually, probably even lower than that, somewhere like 50 kilometers. We want this to be quite low. So something around there will do. Go ahead and sit on the maneuver node. This thing looks so dumb. I love everything about it. And then on the way down, we're just going to, like, every 5 seconds... Like, once we get there to the correct position, we're going to kill our horizontal speed. And then on the way down, while pointing straight up, every 5 seconds or so, we're going to drop one of these. And then this will impact itself. And hopefully that will get us enough of our seismic data to get what we need. We have 9% right now with only a couple of impacts, so I think we're going to be okay. I hope. Anyway, let's go ahead and warp to our braking maneuver. 376.1 meters per second, so we're going to have plenty of delta V. We are out of electric charge currently, but that will change. Okay, we're now in orbit. Well, we're doing a flyby of the moon right now. Is this going to be in darkness? Okay, the burn is not in darkness. We're good. Fantastic. 21-second burn, so this will be at T-minus 10.5 seconds. So here in just a moment. There we go. What's our periapsis look like? Close enough. So at the periapsis here, I'm going to go ahead and do another break just to circularize. And let's see, where's the circularization? Well, it would help if I did that so that I could actually see the numbers. Yeah, that's getting close. There we go. That'll be good enough. And we'll go ahead and warp to next maneuver. We did lose all of our electric charge. That's to be expected. Go ahead and sit on the maneuver node. Burn time of 4 seconds. So we're going to do this a little bit early because I'm not throttling up all the way probably. Well, I might for the first little bit. But as soon as we get in position here... There we go. I'll warp forward just a bit. Okay, there we go. Should be good enough. And here we are in orbit around the moon. It's kind of an inclined orbit, though. So let's go ahead and take a look at the axis here. And let's fix our inclination a little bit, like getting it to be somewhere around there is good. So let's go ahead and warp to that maneuver, which will be a little bit. And it'll be coming out of the dark side, so that's a little bit spooky. But it's not very much delta V. We've got plenty to spare for this maneuver. And there we go. We've got the electric charge for it. Perfect. This is not a very big burn at all, but let's just go ahead and get in position and warp on in. And let's change our inclination. I might have overshot a little bit. Oh boy. Is that fine? Honestly, that's fine. We'll just leave it. Speaking of just leaving it, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we will bombard our science site. Subscribe for more, and I will see you all next time.